Hey, did you know we have a world-class flight training school right here in San Diego? Pilots can fly almost every day, which makes San Diego one of the best places to learn how to fly in the world. You can learn to fly with San Diego Flight Training International. Just check out this deal. Just for gun owner radio listeners, 1 hour of ground school, 1 hour of flight, actually fly with an instructor, normally $400. Just for you listeners, $350. Get started is easy. Just give them a call at 858-569-1822 or go to Learn to Fly with SDFTI. Call today, 858-569-1822. All right, we're going to do a little show here for you folks. Alicia's going to just demonstrate something we have here from Franklin Armory, and she's been waiting for it, the CA320. Kind of run it down as to what do you have here?
Okay. Well, so a few weeks ago, if you remember, we had a representative from Franklin Armory. His name is Dan. And he talked to us about this. And this is a firearm that they were able to get through onto the roster for California. It is essentially a rostered version of the SIG P320. They are calling it the CA320. And the way that they kind of worked around and were able to get it rostered is it is made as a single shot. And the way that they do that is, and this has been disabled, obviously. YouTube doesn't like it when we have them all together. The frame module that it comes with, if you want to take a look at the inside here, there is not a true magazine well opening. I'm going to flip it. So if you look in through here, you normally would see daylight through the magazine well opening. For those of you listening here on radio and not seeing it on the podcast, essentially the magazine well, deep within it has a piece that seals off the magazine well from the internal portion of the frame. At the very top, there is almost like a hammock or a sling where the normal round inside of a magazine would be sitting. I do have a demo around here. I'm just going to plop in. It sits essentially there. Plits at the same height and elevation as a magazine would if you had a magazine in the magazine well. The slide goes forward. It does pick off that round. It pushes it forward up into the chamber and it chambers around. It is single shot. You have to essentially lock your slide to the rear, insert your first round into the hammock area here, close your slide, rock and roll like normal, fire your one round. The slide will not lock open when empty. It's just not built that way. So you will then have to lock your slide to the rear, extract the empty casing, and that then leaves it conveniently open for you to chamber to place your next round to chamber it. Now that is how the CA320 comes to you, as it is legal to get in California. Know that you have options. It is fully functional and usable in this condition. Here is your firing control module, by the way, that you would insert in your trigger with the whole firing assembly there. If you choose to purchase a CA320, you have some options. It is absolutely legal for you to decide that the single shot frame setup is not going to work for you. You can purchase from a number of different sources. You can purchase straight from SIG. You can go to many dealers that offer SIG replacement parts and purchase a legitimate SIG P320 frame that does not have the single shot design. You simply will plop your same firing control module into your brand new SIG frame, and then you have a fully functional P320 that is not single shot. So you essentially, if you don't like it as it comes, you replace this one piece.
So if you buy it as a single shot,
correct.
What kind of money are you talking about?
So it retails, the MSRP is $950. Shops, I've seen it anywhere of upwards of $1,200. Is there going to be their sale price? But you'll find it anywhere from $950 to $1,200 tends to be the range I found.
What does that cost that you have in your hand?
If you want to purchase
to get rid of the single shot.
To get rid of the single shot, depends on what brand you want to go with. Wilson Combat has one, I believe runs around $70. The SIG frame module runs a little bit less, I believe.
$70?
$70. So anywhere from $50 to $70, depending on what brand that you like. And when you replace this module, which is simply the frame without the firing control guts, you take the guts that came with your CA320, plop them into your new frame module, and you've got a fully functional P320.
And so you can actually go back and forth if you want to.
You can.
So why would somebody buy the single shot?
because that's all that you can get in California unless you have another avenue to get the P320 legally.
Oh, if you want the P320.
If you want the P320, the workaround that we have an option of doing is to purchase the CA320. And if you decide the current setup is not for you, you can opt to buy a different frame module that will be just like the P320.
Did that make California mad? Or do they care?
They're just looking for something to get mad about.
They just like to fight. So they're just going to keep. Well, it's almost like playing chess. Okay, you can't do this. And then some ingenious
find a workaround.
Armorer comes out and he says, how about this?
Well, it's just like the whole AR, having to have the whole thing with the bullet button or having to break the action. It just created people or opportunities for people to get really creative. Now you can have a fixed magazine with a clip feed. You can clip feed faster than you could ever change out magazines. It just forces people to get creative.
Well, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay because it's all 100% legal.
Absolutely.
We're not showing you anything that you can't, that's not legal.
Correct.
What do you got there?
I'm just going to show really quickly. This is the slide that comes with the CA320. It is a legitimate from SIG P320 slide. If you take a look, it does have the model designation there. It does have all the SIG, the recoil spring guide rod.
So this whole gun is just strictly...
The only thing not SIG
is the part
the
that
Franklin
you can
Armory frame module.
Okay, gotcha.
Correct. Everything else is SIG.
You know how to put
Your
that
barrel
together?
is SIG. What's that?
You know how to put that back together?
Yes, I do.
You do.
There you go.
I need YouTube.
Nah.
Look at that. Probably can do it in your sleep.
Yeah.
We got to do a military training so have you see how fast you can. No, yeah, blindfolded. Was I watching an old cowboy movie?
Right.
Yeah, I'd stop right there. Any farther in the cell phones,
they'll cut us off. I know.
And I don't know any bananas that look that size. Back order, readily available.
They are readily available in most shops. So Franklin is really ramping this up. Their production, I know. I work at Discount.
They're getting a lot of response.
They are. They're a lot. It's very popular. So I know at SHOT Show, I was told that the line was like around the corner of reps wanting to meet with them and to get orders in and everything. As far as internal knowledge, I work for Discount, so my only knowledge is what Discount has. I know they did get 2 shipments in. They do have them aplenty in San Diego County. Okay. And they currently have a sale on them as well. But I know other shops also are getting them in. If not already, they are going to be receiving them soon. Franklin's really working hard to push them out.
Right. Where is Franklin Armory?
Oh, goodness.
You know right off the top of
I
your
don't
head?
recall off the top of my head. I
know
believe they're somewhere Midwest, I believe.
Yeah, it's a U.S. company.
They are. Yes, they are.
I guess that was where I was really going.
Yeah.
So probably no real modifications to that piece right there at this point in
No,
time.
no special tools needed. You just simply take out your takedown pin, and that's it. No tools. No tools. So when it is assembled together, there is no slide lock on the current.
Oh, because it's a single shot.
Because it's single shot. When you buy when you decide that you have the opportunity to decide to take advantage of that and purchase a
different one.
Correct. A more traditional frame, it will come with your slide lock.
Oh, okay. So then you could, but then you have to go buy a slide lock.
Well,
this one didn't originally come with one.
It comes with well, here's the thing. It won't go to slide lock. It does have a slide lock feature. However, it will not go to slide lock because you don't have the internal components in here to make all that magic happen. I was just wondering
if you need those internal components when you switch to a non.
This is compatible. It will fully function when you have the proper frame.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It has the parts. It just doesn't have the ability to use them all.
Gotcha. Oh, I see how they did it. Well, they're going to think this thing out to the nth degree,
right?
Before they put it on the market.
Right. And as far as firing it, I have put quite a few rounds through it. It is a P320. So yeah, I did. So it's a little bit dirty, a little bit. So as far as the trigger goes, it is a P320 trigger. It is all the SIG parts. You can even see the SIG logo internally inside there. The thing that I noticed is that the trigger is a little different than the older SIG P320. So if you have an older P320 and you tried this one, it will be a little bit different, but it's not
harder
different.
Or softer?
It's just it's a little, as far as the trigger poundage, I'm not sure of the actual poundage. I feel like it might be
same from the
slightly
first
larger
pull to the last pull.
It is. So here's why my understanding is that it's different. So if you're familiar with what's going on right now with the SIG P320, there was concerns over it firing without any manipulation of the trigger. In response to that, they did make some variations and alterations to their fire and control group, and that's going to account for the slight difference that you're going to feel in the trigger pull. And that's going to be consistent with the new P320s as well as the CA320. That's not just because this is a CA320. That's the new for safety.
So what did you think of having to put a new round in every time?
You know, at first it was a little annoying.
Yeah, a little annoying.
But you know, it's fun to shoot, and I didn't mind doing it.
Really?
So, if anything, you get a little bit of a workout having to go to slide lock every time.
And it has that same pressure?
Oh, it's just a standard slide lock. Yeah. Okay. No, it's not a shield or anything. It's not hard. Yeah. It's totally doable. It's not a shield.
All the shield complaints, 1-800-ALISHA. 1-800-ALISHA. Call anytime. All right. What do we got coming up next? I have no idea. Do you have any idea?
Oh, yeah. Well, up next, it's going to be me again. You're
stuck
with me.
I was hoping
You're
for.
with me.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.